Hello, everybody. I hope you are all having a great morning, afternoon, or evening. Today's lesson is more about the writing process. We're going to look at the tell me, show me, so what structure, which is a basic structure for paragraph and essay building. These concepts will help us prepare for our essay outline for tonight's homework, and this will ultimately help us prepare for the timed essay that we will write next class. So an agenda of basic topics to expect in this presentation. We'll start with the introduction, which includes the three-part thesis statement. The body paragraphs, which will include topic sentences supporting details and that analytic connection back to your thesis, followed by the conclusion, which is basically just a restatement of your thesis. Now that we are ready to begin, please remember that everybody needs to be taking notes. And if you are the note-taking ambassador, please share your notes by turning them in so I can attach them to the lesson. And finally, use the discussion replies below to share questions, comments, or thoughts along the way. All right, let's go. We're going to start with the introduction of your essay. The purpose of the introduction, you can think of it as setting the roadmap for the essay that's about to unfold. So the purpose is to, first of all, guide your reader through the paper. So you're going to do that by creating a hook that attracts the reader's attention and pulls them into the context for your topic. So a lot of us have already learned some familiar strategies for a hook. So you might make a surprising statement. You might take a moment to artistically depict a scene through artistic language, like an imaginative moment. You might open with a statistic, something like that. And then a thesis. The thesis gives your reader a snapshot of your entire viewpoint at a glance. So let's dig deeper into what a thesis is all about. So in this class and in college in general, we want to practice the three-part thesis statement. So rather than thinking of the thesis as what is your overall idea, you need to think of it as 3 layers. And you can develop and build your thesis through these guiding questions. So first of all, what is your overall perspective? So that's just part 1 of your thesis. How will you explore your perspective? So what kinds of supporting details, what kinds of examples, topics, what kind of research are you going to pull in to unpack your overall perspective? And then finally, why should I, the reader, care about your perspective on this topic? So how does your opinion or your viewpoint create a larger impact for maybe culture, society? What does your viewpoint reveal or suggest about something larger, like, the world around us or things like that? And we'll develop more skills as we read more thesis statements in our assignments and as we write more thesis statements of our own. So with the introduction out of the way, we'll move on to the body of your essay. The body is going to explore and develop that thesis topic by topic. As we know, the traditional structure is to use a 5-paragraph essay that has 3 body paragraphs. But as we've seen in the essays that we've already read for homework, essays can have any number of paragraphs. They can go on and on. An essay can sometimes just be like 1 paragraph, 2 paragraphs, something like that. So your number of paragraphs will depend on the number of topics you need to explore. In this lesson, we will look at one fun strategy to memorize whenever you're stuck that will help you develop a good paragraph. Tell me, show me, and so what? So let's start with tell me. Tell me refers to the creating the topic sentence claim. This claim or statement will help you focus on one point of your thesis. So one reason why you have this overall viewpoint. You'll be connecting to the what part of your thesis statement to dig deeper into your viewpoint. So one part of your overall perspective. So tell me what it is. Start the paragraph by telling one viewpoint that contributes to your overall perspective. The tell me topic sentence that unpacks one part of your thesis will be directly connected to the show me or the supporting details. These will be examples, experience, research materials, etc. that illustrate your tell me claim. These will connect to part of the how details from your thesis statement. So it will expand upon the categories that you listed in the introduction. So show us. Expand your paragraph with concrete, specific, and focused details. Bring that perspective to life and really communicate your reasoning, why you feel the way you feel. A lot of times in the writing process, you will learn what your perspective is when you explore your details. So as we've mentioned in previous lessons, there is a back and forth process. Writing is a tool not only just to express your viewpoint, but actually to develop, explore, and create that viewpoint. So once you've begun to think about what your viewpoint is and how you can illustrate it, you need to round us out with the final topic of so what. This is the analytic commentary that links your focused topic out to some big picture, real world significance, why the reader should care. This connects and clarifies the significances that you listed for part 3 of your thesis statement. So you really do need to dig into the so what. Every body paragraph needs to close out by analyzing and evaluating what we as a reader should learn from the evidence and perspective that you shared. And once again, sometimes you determine your significance through the writing and drafting process. You don't always sit down to your laptop knowing exactly why something matters. It is through the act of writing that you discover why something matters. So that was the body of the paragraph, and now we will end with the conclusion. We can think of this as like unpacking from your journey. So we had the roadmap, we took everyone through the process, and now we're unpacking. And the conclusion will be a lot like the introduction. The purpose is to reflect upon your paper. Remind the readers about what you have shared with us. Reiterate your thesis statement with new language and new terminology that reflects the way that we have grown and developed and deepened our understanding along the way. And then also leave a final remark, a concluding comment that leaves your reader with a lasting impression or an inspirational message. So as you are writing your timed essay, you can pull on this strategy, 3-part thesis statement in the intro and conclusion, and then the tell me, show me, so what body paragraph outline to help you move quickly through the structure of your paper. If you have more questions, please be sure to use the discussion replies below, and then we'll move on to our homework assignment, which will follow up on this lesson and begin outlining for your timed essay.